Second, 6:30. Chairman's comments. I have nothing. As everybody knows, we're in the middle of budget season. Yep. And things are fast and furious as always. Bill, you got anything?
Nope.
George? Any public comment? Chairman's comments? Any public comment? Vivian?
Vivian Wills with the Temple Recreation Commission. And I'm wanting to do an update as quickly as possible regarding the tennis court reconstruction question. And after many attempts, and I have had contact now with Advantage Tennis in the last week. And I do have for you all a first estimate and proposal for tennis court reconstruction. This is based on what is there now, 2 courts, basketball court, fencing, and all that. He's included a lot, so it is a big number. I had a conversation with him yesterday and asked that he also consider estimates that would be for 1 court and even 1 court and a smaller court that would be just for pickleball. So we are waiting for that estimate to come in, those 2 estimates and changes to that. So what I'd like to do is give you what this is, and I will email the email. I'll forward the email so you'll have all this. And like I said, this looks, and it is very big, but what I'd also like to do is ask for some direction.
Well, all right, for the audience, the total price for everything on here is $299,000. This is, in my opinion, not gonna fly. So
No.
we'll have to cut this down somehow.
Right. So a few points that I'd like to bring out. He broke everything down to certain things so we can pick and choose what things we might be able to do ourselves, what might be contracted out another way. And also to note that this is for the complete 2-court reconstruction. It also includes the basketball court, which we did not specify was in our interest to have redone. There is a question and I need him to clarify about the basketball court, but I did have another email back and forth with him today that the reason why he broke this down is he really does want the town and input as to what they can do. I did ask in the latest email, was there anything that they specifically had to do in this whole reconstruction project, whether it's 1 court or the 1 court in the pickleball or whatever, that could not be contracted out or left to the town to decide to do. So I think, there's definitely negotiation that has to happen. What I'm handing you here is likely, first of all, from the rec committee's standpoint, not something that we were in favor of. The direction that I would like, we're having a rec committee meeting in another week. It's my understanding that you, select board, are in favor of the rec committee coming up with a recommendation. not a decision, correct? A recommendation
for,
for the
The
tennis
tennis courts?
courts.
actually, we just put, we made a warrant to put $10,000 with the 20,000 we already have and figure this all out.
Mhm.
That's what we decided to do at this point this year.
Okay.
Uh,
And I did just talk to Tim Fisk, who advised me as where that was going. I
Yeah.
did not know that until I just talked to Tim.
Yep.
So please pardon the fact that I've pursued a lot of things not knowing what is going.
Well, we didn't know what was going on. We hadn't
Right.
heard from
Right.
anyone. So we just decided that we're going to need another year to make
Mm-hmm.
a better educated decision. So at least we're still putting money away for the tennis court.
Right. And the way that Tim described it to me, that's very, uh, I'm relieved that, that whatever was passed last year and now we get another that can be put towards this and that's fine. It does give us time to, be coordinated with the decision. So like I said, and getting back to the guidance here, when we have our meeting, I'm pretty sure what's even in minutes before, to recommend cutting it down to one court.
Right. The discussions we have had recently are cut it down to 1.5 courts we
Mhm.
talked about.
Mhm.
Get rid of that corner that's falling in.
Mhm.
So no retaining wall.
No retaining wall.
1.5 courts, the half court would be a pickleball court. That gets rid of retaining wall, drain. We don't need the basketball court redone, as far as we know. I'm not sure why we need to replace the
The
fence.
fencing. So the thing that I would recommend in discussion with him is that a lot of the fencing, and he knows this, a lot of the fencing is in good place and all that. I think there's speculation that when it does come to equipment needing to have access,
Who's going to take it down?
how is that going to happen while trying to salvage and save fencing?
That
I don't have any way to speak on this at all.
I'm assuming that the town will do that, right? We can take the fence down. You can take it down for construction. Yeah,
I would think, yeah,
without destroying it.
without destroying it. If there's a way that it could be salvaged and then replaced,
They put it up, it can be taken down.
yeah,
Okay, so that really reduces this list a lot.
it does. And I think the good part of the list that you have in front of you is everything. So it does give you a point of discussion to be able to say, okay, we can manage this, and with Kent included and Tim, we can manage this, 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 and this. We don't have to do this, this, and this. So communication can go back to Sean that specifies that this. Getting back to the direction, I just don't want to be out of place as the chair of this committee, that when we get into this meeting, I would like to have it in the minutes that we have decided and we have a motion that that's our recommendation.
That's fine.
You can certainly do that. But like I said, because of the fact that we're so far into budget season at this point, we're going to revisit this all again anyway.
I understand that. I'm just, we would kind of like to know that this is a little bit off of our plates to not have to keep addressing every meeting and stuff like that. I'd like to come back to you and say, this is what the rec committee recommends.
And that's
Yes,
fine.
that's fine.
You can do
So-
that at any time. We
and-
have time, so.
And it was Sean who actually mentioned something about having 2 pickleball court. We don't need 2. We can just do the one court, the one smaller pickleball court. And I
Yeah,
think that's where we're
Mhm.
going.
at this point, just leave the basketball court.
And
Because
leave
there's
the
no
basketball
cracks
court.
and
Mhm.
holes in that.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, whatever your board wants to do, but at this point, like I said, we are still putting money away
Mhm.
for future use. But we don't know what that future is going to bring yet.
And just to know that the other real important part of coming down with an absolute, not absolute decision, do I really want to use that word? if we are to then get in touch with the USTA and have any hope for any application for grant monies, I've, it's not been possible when we still have the question marks up in the air about if we're going to have 2 courts or 1 court or what. So it's going to be very helpful with having a decision so we can then approach them.
Well, and at the same time too, you would want to get the most we can get from them if at all possible. And if it meant no pickleball and 2 courts, then so be it. And we can always change the lines on the other
Yeah.
tennis court at
And
some
it's
other time.
really okay, because if we just come up with 1 regulation tennis court, we can approach them.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
And if we have a pickleball next to it, I don't even,
Right.
I
but
just
what
don't
I'm
wanna go
saying
there.
is If we can do the 2 on, depending on what they're going to, give us for a grant.
Mhm.
But if we can do 2 full tennis courts like we have now,
Mhm.
and then later on decide we're gonna make one a pickleball court, you just. pick
Yeah,
some
and it-
lines, but you
yeah.
can still use it for both.
yeah. And it could be, that's the point, is to approach them and say, what is our chance for funding based on whether it's 1 court or 2 courts?
Yes, I have a pretty good feeling I can tell you what they're gonna tell you,
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
all right, that's neither here nor there.
Well, and it's worth the approach.
Yep.
So eliminating that corner
hmm
court, they are quoting $60,000 for a retaining wall. Yeah, and so we could drop that.
And drop that,
Right.
yeah. So a
Yeah.
lot drops off of that. I just wanted you to see what the whole kit and caboodle finally came to. And the only last thing is that there was question about whether they had submitted a bill for the cleanup when they were here in August. And he's looking into it and is going to get back to me, and whether there is going to be a billing, I don't know. But
Okay,
there,
I did ask him when I saw him there to make sure that
know.
he did bill us, so it wasn't hanging over our heads.
I know.
But we still have that money encumbered, so if the bill comes, we know where to get it out of.
Anyway, I'm just letting you know that I did
Yep.
ask and waiting for that answer, but I think that's about it. Thanks.
Okay? Anything else for public comments? Update complaint Hudson Road. I haven't heard anything.
Haven't either.
I went by there the other day. He still has, cement pipe on the little circle thing there, but everything else seems to be pushed away. He has not fixed the, and I don't know where they're at either, because I haven't talked to anybody, that group, because I wasn't here that meeting that went back there.
Yeah.
So we'll try to get a hold of them and see what's going on there. And I believe in the meantime, the lawyer was gonna write a letter.
Yeah. Which we might or might not end up using. They met for quite a long time, and we haven't heard anything back from them.
Okay. Number 3, TH cordless microphones and stands. I still have not gotten a quote from them. And then soundproofing barriers. I did get a quote, going to send it to warrant. We can talk about that when we get to warrants.
Okay.
But that's where that's at. For now, fuel provider change, still trying to get a hold of people. What I think is interesting is that one quoted us a price of about half of what they're actually charging us now to come here and film. So they're almost, well, not quite double, but almost double.
Yeah.
So who are you comparing them with? There's 3 of them. There's Ciadelli, Bulio, who does the church, and Eastern. Eastern was way out in left field. And then Bulio and Ciadelli were coming in with good numbers.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at with those. Do you want to add anybody else onto the list?
Fill note on the thing though, on the tank.
Yeah, we need to get that. He's already taken care of the library. So we gotta check that. If you remind me tomorrow, I'll check the municipal building, and if we need to get it filled up, we'll get it filled up.
Hmm.
New business, letter of support, Lillian.
Thank you. As you know, the Safety Task Force is still underway and trying to determine the best ways to reduce excess speeding in town. We again have the opportunity to apply for a masked grant that would cover the costs of the projects that we would like to undertake. In the letter that I've written to you or for you, that you will hopefully consider signing, I have indicated the two projects that we would like to request. And I will read the brief letter that I've written so that those who don't have the letter know what it says. Dear sirs, madams, the Town of Temple Select Board adopted the Complete Streets policy in April 2025 and is in favor of the work for the Complete Streets Task Force that it has been doing. We appreciate the efforts being made to make Temple roads safer for everyone. The area of concern is the center of town, primarily in the area where New Hampshire State Route 45 and General Miller Highway intersect with Temple's West Road. In order to calm the traffic in the center of town for drivers, pedestrians with disabilities, bikers, and horseback riders, we list the elements of the proposed infrastructure below. The projects being proposed are the following. 1, add entering town village signs on Route 45, General Miller Highway, and West Road to alert drivers of need to reduce speed as they approach the center of town. These signs can be placed at an appropriate distance from the intersections of Route 45 and General Miller and 45 and West Road. They would also be placed on Route 45 before entering the center from both north and south directions. 2, paint white edging lines, fog lines, on West Road for increased visibility. The lines would be narrowed at an appropriate distance as they approach Route 45 as a means of slowing traffic. Sincerely. And just a note in terms of point 2, the New Hampshire DOT has indicated that they are including narrowing of striping in their work schedules for the next time both Route 45 and General Miller are repaved.
Do we know when that's going to be?
No, since they did both of those highways in the last couple of years, it'll be a few years, but they thought it was an excellent idea and they're planning to do that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna vote to have them eliminate that road that goes across from Store to General Miller.
Oh, we're not including in that. We only have the two that I've included, the entering the town village and putting the striping on West Road.
Yeah, they,
The others are all on hold.
You have an idea what it's gonna cost to white stripe West Road?
Well, the MAST grant will take care of that cost. If we didn't have the MAST grant, it would be approximately $6,758. But that's why we're applying for the grant, so that the grant will pay for all of that.
okay, and then who does the upkeep on the lines? Because those have to be painted every couple of years.
We
So-
could continue applying for the grant for the upkeep.
If the grant is still available.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And then, have we gone to the state and asked them for permission to put up signs on 45 in General Mill?
No, I wanted to see if we could get permission to do that from the select board before I approach the state. I had casual conversations with them about that idea, and they thought that was a good idea. They said many towns around the state already do that.
Yeah, well, the problem is that's those are state roads and we can't just go up there and put a sign.
Oh, yes, I know,
They
I
have to
know.
place them, they have to tell us where to put them.
Yes, yes.
And all that. So there is an application process for that and, meeting with DOT for them to come out and look at that.
Yes, and they are familiar with the center of town since we met with them in the summer of 24.
And have you guys talked about maybe doing a warrant for this at all this year?
No, no, because we were hoping to apply for the grant so that that would cover for
I don't
the
think-
money.
I think the warrant, well, yes, you could. I mean, you could do it both ways and just put in there if, we apply for the warrant and the warrant's good, then there's no cost. But I'm real hesitant just because of the center of town and where we don't have lights and we don't have stripes and we don't have parking spaces mapped out and all that stuff. So for me personally, to sign on to this, I would if we put it to warrant or to vote that the town wants to do it.
Okay,
That's where I'm at, where these guys are at, so they can tell you that.
I'm neutral. It seems like it's pretty innocuous to do, and if we're not paying for it, then it seems reasonable.
yes.
But, I mean, I have no problem with putting it on a warrant either.
Yes, it's for the safety of everyone, and it just seems to be common sense to do whatever we can do to make it safe for everyone. A lot of people live here, they want to walk outdoors all the time, and fewer people do walk because of the speed on the roads. So we thought this was an easy way, won't cost the town any money. It doesn't really change anything in town, but it does help make it safer, because the narrowing of the striping does give the impression that the road is smaller and it does decrease speeding. And the state has found that in many studies that it's done.
Yeah, I mean, even going out West Road, when it changes over to Sharon and I think New Ipswich is on the end before it changes to Jaffrey, but painting stripes out that road, we could only go to the town line.
Oh, yes, we know
And
that.
that would stop there.
Yes.
I mean, I would be more for it if we just did the first quarter mile as you come into the stop sign here.
Well, and we could do that. I mean, for instance, if we did 300 feet, that would cost $60.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, yes and no, but it's not. I think they're gonna charge you more than $60 to come up here with the truck and put the.
Oh, I know. But I mean, just as an example, if
Yeah.
it was shorter, if we did only a half a mile, for instance, it would cost a lot less.
Yeah. All right, so what do you guys think we should do with this? George, you got any comments?
Not really. I think it probably should go in the warrant article.
Would you want to do it on a warrant so we can do it if we get the grant?
Yeah,
Yeah, when do we have to apply
we get the
for the
grant,
grant?
we get the grant fund.
I believe the grant application becomes available in June.
Okay, all right, so it's not something that has to get applied for before town meeting.
Correct.
Okay,
Yes.
then fine, let's just put it on the warrant.
Okay.
Yeah, because we can write it pending, if you can give us the other cost numbers for the signs
It's $250 a sign.
Okay,
to sign, but the state has to.
Oh, yes.
locate those, so there's gonna be a charge for that. We can locate only on West Road, we can't do General Miller. So, and then the striping, if we could get all those prices together here
Hmm.
in the next week,
Oh, I have them already.
You get 'em
Okay.
already.
okay?
Yes, so I'll send Carol an email with those prices.
Yeah, and then we can just draw up a warrant that says, we can do this pending, a warrant, however the language has to be for the lawyers. I'm sure they will let us know.
Okay. Okay, great. Thank you.
Anything else on that?
No.
Thank you, Lillian. Thank your group for all the work they're doing. Number 6, review approved select board letter for the town report.
I didn't get any feedback on it. I whipped it out in 10 minutes. Nobody's commented, so I guess it's okay.
I did comment, I didn't comment back to you,
Oh,
but I
okay.
did comment back to Carol.
Feel free to change it. I don't care.
I didn't have an issue with it. When we talk about the Powers Road Bridge, where it says, thanks to the Temple Highway Department for making this happen.
Mhm.
Can we add in the bridge company, whatever their company name is?
Sure.
Because I think they did a super job over there. I mean, that looks awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually
really
drove
does
on
look
it
good.
a couple days ago. It's,
Yeah,
looks like a real bridge.
yep. And you don't feel like you're sinking when you go over.
Huh,
All right, so that would be my only thing is
Okay.
if we can add the bridge company's name.
Sure.
Probably our thanks to the Temple Highway Department and the bridge company, whatever their name is, for making this happen. Hanson?
Yeah, I was having trouble coming up with things. It seems like it's been a pretty quiet year. Mostly.
Anything else on the select board letter?
Nope.
Before we do select board minutes, we get a whole bunch of,
Yep.
warrants, COLA. I got a Dugas violation, Perkins Lane update. Warrant articles, recommendations. I know Camilla's here and I know we can't talk to you because of the lawyers thing going back and forth.
Oh, well, we did get, so George and I met with the lawyer. You weren't on that meeting
No, I tried to get on. I couldn't get on for some
last
reason.
week. And the lawyer sent a letter to the town yesterday, day before, last Friday, sometime like that, that states the resolution of this. You want me to talk about any of that?
You can, I don't know if it's
Well, she's made her final determination.
right, and I believe, and I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I can ask you at this point, did your lawyer give you this information?
Okay, so she is sending it to your lawyer. Basically, she researched the deeds, went down to the registry, researched the history going back. I don't know what this is going to cost us, but did a lot of history research and we know exactly where the property line is and all that stuff. And she drafted a letter that she's sending to your lawyer.
So if you'd like to make some kind of statement or want to say something at this point, you can just, if you want something on the record. I don't know what else we can do because we're going back and forth with the lawyers. And I would choose myself not to do anything because I don't want to put my foot where it doesn't belong.
Yeah.
I'm stunned to hear anything. And I don't know what I'm gonna hear. All I will say is a lot hangs on it.
Yeah. Well, all we can say is it has been yet again told us in no uncertain terms, it is illegal for us to go onto private property. Yeah. So that was the only thing that's been strongly reinforced. I'll send our attorney an email in the morning to make sure she is updating your lawyer.
Okay, I don't know what kind of, well, she did put COLA updates in there. All right, so, Perkins Lane update we just did.
Yeah.
So are we able to tell Ken like what not to do or what to do
Well,
at this point?
wait till.
He's read the letter, he understands that we cannot go up there and plow anymore. So if he's fine with that, then he's got the information.
Yeah, although Cam probably needs to know that. Anyway, as soon as her lawyer gets it, then everybody can talk freely about it.
Yeah. I hate when we have to do that,
Yeah.
but we have no choice. Let's appoint Steve Anderson.
Oh, I talked to Emily. She also wants Gary Scholl. That wants both of them appointed.
Okay, I talked to her about the Gary Scholl thing.
Yeah.
Now Gary Scholl's going on as a alternate.
Yeah, that's up.
So they appoint the alternates. We don't do that.
Oh, okay.
They appoint the alternates.
All right. Yeah, you're
So
right.
We have to
You're right.
do the Steve thing.
You're right.
So I'll make a motion to put Steve Anderson to fill out Deb's term on the ZBA for 2027.
Well, there's a question there. If he gets to fill out her entire term or if he has to run again.
Well, that's the thing is, we're not sure yet. We're trying to find that out from the Secretary of
Yeah.
State, and I asked Carol to send our legal, the information today. So we're waiting for that information.
Okay,
We still have to appoint him to get to the next election, which
Yep.
we can't get on this election. I mean, he'd have to sign up during the sign-up phase.
yep.
And get put in, so, I mean, we can do either or.
Why do we have to go to the state to appoint somebody to?
Well, we don't
Well,
know if we,
It's not to the state to appoint them, it's when they have to, get on the ballot. So he may not be able to stay on that board until 2027. He may only be able to stay on that board until the next election cycle,
That's
and then we
correct.
have to get it on.
That's correct. We don't need the state to tell us we can do that.
Well, that wasn't my understanding. My understanding was if we appointed them, they finished out the term and then they got on the ballot to stay on the
That's
committee.
correct.
Okay, well, that's not what.
They can get on tomorrow
Yep,
and finish out the term and then run for reelection.
now that we have a question where this term is gonna end or when they have to run for reelection. So
Right.
that's what we're trying to figure out with Stacy and our lawyers. So we can appoint him and
Yeah.
we can appoint him there for now. I mean, he may have to sign up come the week of signups, which is the end of this month at the 21st through the 30th, I think. I think the 30th is the last day.
yeah, so we can just go ahead and appoint him for the balance of her term.
He's replacing Debbie's
Yep,
Yes,
term.
yep. So I already made the motion to appoint him to finish out Deb's term in 2027, but like I said, that may change depending on the Secretary of
motion.
State. All those in favor?
aye.
Aye. We can do warrant articles. We have Jim sitting here. You got something?
Carol indicated that she was gonna speak with you guys about the Troy and Francistown.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's on our list as well.
Wait till you talk about that and speak on it, or?
Okay, well, let's,
Just tell you what we're gonna decide.
let's do that next, because, we don't have a problem with
Right.
letting them do that, so.
That's
I mean, if-
good. I would fully support it. There was certainly information that is now published. Sorry.
Yeah, I certainly support that. There was certainly information that is now published that was not vetted by the withdrawal committee. And information that was added even after the school board approved Curtis to go represent us at the state. So having Francistown have the opportunity to rebut that and provide their position on their withdrawal, I think is certainly very fair.
Yeah, and I think it's useful information for the town, so
Yeah,
I don't have any problem with it.
and if we get some more people involved, if he's going town to town as well, versus everybody having to go to Francistown, because
Yeah.
no one's gonna go there.
Hmm.
All right, so, I need a motion to waive the, rental fee for the hall for Patrick Troy from Francistown to do a school meeting the first week of February. Date is to be subject to calendar openings.
So moved.
I'll second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. We can do warrants. Or we can talk about Dugas, or we can do COLA updates. We never did decide whether we were gonna do COLA updates this year. And we haven't given the BAC numbers yet.
Yeah, and they're getting antsy about that. We need to decide that tonight.
Yeah. So anybody have any concerns, comments on raise of cost of living increase for the full-time employees? Actually, a whole bunch of full
Yeah.
and part-time.
I will say that the budget is growing rapidly because not things we're doing, but ambulance costs are up. Recycling center is going up by a big chunk. Police is up by a big chunk. So keep that in mind. We're spending money quickly here.
Well, I gotta say too, as far as the police, it's just wage increases that we've already been talking about
Yep.
for the past 5 years to keep who we have, so we don't keep losing people.
Yep.
So that's why that increases. There's really no cost, other than the normal cost, and I don't think the budget itself went up much. It's just that.
Well, right, it's gonna be a hit on our tax bill though,
Yes.
that we knew about.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So I don't know, it seems like some increase makes sense. I don't think we need to do a huge increase.
What are you thinking? Pick a number.
2.
2%. You okay with 2%,
Sure.
George?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll start there, and if it looks good, then we'll go from there. So 2%.
Okay,
COLA updates.
I'll let the BAC know.
So that's up, and I know, Rob is out.
Yeah.
Of town, so,
Yeah, we pushed the meeting off till next week.
yeah. Okay, warrant articles.
Do we have them? I didn't see them.
Yes, she gave them to us in our packet.
Oh, here they are. Yeah. Okay, I found it.
So the only comment on this first one, and the reason I put it first, was the simple fact that I think it's gonna take some time to get it through town meeting. I wanna bring samples and kind of give everybody, but what we're talking about is putting fabric and insulation inside of those squares in all of these places, all the way around there, and then one strip all the way across the front of that where the clock and the camera is. They said that that would be a great starting point and should take care of this. They really wanted to do something with panels hanging from a 45-degree angle from the ceiling, but I didn't figure anybody would want to touch that tin.
No.
tin seal.
No, that'd be a bit much.
So I think if we can work with what we have here and it gets rid of some of this echo in this room, it's a bonus. It's $12,000.
Yeah, I've had a comment from the town hall committee is not in favor of this. I've had some comments saying, well, there's not really a problem. But I've talked to a number of people and they say there is a problem. This place is just too echoey.
Yep. And it's been this way from day one. When we bought that $70,000 system, those speakers were supposed to take care of it, but they don't.
Yeah.
We still have that echo in here.
They help a little bit, but
Yeah. And so that's gonna be our first one because I want to get that out front. I don't think the rest of them are gonna be big
Okay.
deals, but I think this one here is gonna be talked about a lot. So number one will be the town hall echo mediation to see if the town will vote and raise and appropriate the sum of $12,000 for installation of echo mitigation materials in the town hall. And do we want to support that? Do we not want to support that? Do we want to do the support and not support now, or do we want to wait until before budget hearing?
I don't care. I'm in favor of it and I'll be in favor of it then.
George?
I think we should wait
Okay.
Wait to,
the budget. When we present the budget to the town.
okay.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
we,
fine.
we have to approve it, whether we do before that, because it has to be ready
Yeah.
for that, but we can do it at a meeting before.
It only takes 2 votes to approve it.
Yeah.
So you and Bill can approve it.
Right, no, I get that, but
We can wait till a later meeting if you want. That'll give the BAC time.
yeah, because we have the
Get this.
27th, we can do it. And then we can just run through these real quick. Or we can do it, the 10th would be the last time before. Do we know when this goes to print for the town reports?
Starting to enter everything in there now. The books aren't printed until like March 2nd when we get them, but it needs to be February. I don't have Rose's deadline sheet in front of me, but
Three to go.
So if we plan on doing them for the 27th,
Okay.
is that gonna work?
This
27th of
Yes, ma'am.
January, next meeting. That'll give us a
So I can
chance.
already put it in, I can get it in there. The only thing I'm not putting it is does the select board
Yep,
approval or not. So.
okay. And then number 2 will be asphalt and paving expendable trusts, same one we've been running since 2010. We're adding 100,000 to that. Bridge and Capital Reserve Fund, we're adding 120,000 for that.
Mhm.
With a 2027 East Road Bridge. We
Mhm.
think we can do it in 2027 if we have all the monies there.
Mhm.
The fire department has a skid unit up for $27,000, 825.
Yep.
To replace the old skid unit, which is probably, I bet you it's pushing 30 years. That's all they have this year. And then a highway and fire vehicle and equipment maintenance repair expandable trust. We funded this a couple years ago and we said that we were gonna put something in it every year, so we're gonna put another 10,000 into that this year. Tennis court repairs and resurfacing, like I was telling Vivian earlier, we're just gonna put $10,000 on that and put it off till next year when we can get more numbers and figure out what we're gonna do there. And then for, we have a new police cruiser coming up. We have to pay 40% of that, which is $20,000. And there are more, but I don't believe any of them have anything to do with monies at this point.
Right, I think you're correct on that.
Regarding the new cruiser, Jim McTagg said new cruisers usually last about 12 years.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting actually better than 12 years out of them because what happens is they keep rolling them down. So one will go out on first patrol, one will be second, one will be third, and then they have a detail car for when they have to do extra. And then they just keep rolling these things down as they get older and older. So they use them to death. They get more time out of them than anybody else has, so.
Hmm.
Then if they're like lemons, so they just park one beside the road so everybody thinks there's somebody in it.
Yeah. We should buy one of those, make a sign so we can just come up here and stake it. Yep, just sitting there. They're not doing anything, but they're sitting there. So those are the warrants.
So the other ones, you're just not gonna make any recommendations on them, they're just. 'cause
We'll make
it's-
recommendations on them at the next meeting,
Okay.
but they're no monies, so I don't believe that we have to make a recommendation on them. So,
Now, public likes us to do so, though.
yeah,
but-
one of them will generate some money, but I mean, they're making a trust to generate the money and then they're telling us how we can
Yeah.
generate the money, so I don't think there's an issue there.
All of these have gone to legal too for review.
Okay. Good. Dugas, we have a dark skies
Oh,
issue out there on Moran Road. The neighbor, the farm next door to them. She says they got two big lights on her barn that she says she has to get, those, the blackout shades for one side of her house because she can't sleep with the lights on. So we got an issue there. How do we wanna,
What's the noise
well,
plus the noise, but I mean, that's been
And-
addressed.
and the smell?
Yeah, and that's been addressed by Jen. I mean, I think that's where we have to go with that at
Yep.
this point. Unless Jen recommends us going to, the lawyers. I think we should just get her for the dark skies violation at this point.
Mhm.
And then we can follow up with Jen to see what we can do with the other, because it's the same thing they keep complaining about. And it's not just the Dugases, it's everybody in that whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
So, and I know that a lot of that stuff is a covenant inside of their, their agreements, I'm a brain cramp again.
Years ago, she had a horse and she never watered it, fed it, somebody else had to do it for her.
No.
He's not kind to animals.
Yeah, they have some association thing in their covenants in their area. Who I guess Bruce
Oh,
Culgren
yeah.
Senior had it put in all of those lots that he
Yeah.
had down there. And so that turns it into more of a civil thing than the town. The town can do code violations and zoning violations, but the town can't go that far. I
But
mean, unless we have Jen, who's our animal welfare person, unless she decides that that's too much over there. And
yeah, but it is a zoning violation. We've got a dark sky ordinance.
yes, but this here is definitely. So if you want, I will write the letter and we'll send it to the lawyer and make sure it's good, and we'll send it. And then, of course, in 30 days, we'll either get a response from her,
Yep,
or then we'll have the lawyers send another letter
yep.
to her. And then, of course, we'll be into court.
Goes downhill from there.
Whatever else. So if you're okay with that, I will write the letter this
Yep.
week so we can get that out. Yeah, it's getting blasted
Really?
through social media right now.
Oh, so check it. Okay,
Yeah,
I thought that was dead because there hadn't been much on it for. Who?
yeah. But then they started, I know that we had them in here for the farm, and unfortunately we couldn't do anything for them. But now this is a different issue, but this is a zoning
Yep.
issue, so I think
Yep.
we can do something for this.
Yep. As far as I'm concerned, one reason for living out here in the country is dark skies.
We did
Yeah.
a dark sky letter for somebody else too, right, on Howard Hill?
Yes.
Find that letter and just kind of see the wording in that. and
Yep,
Yep.
yep,
use that.
absolutely.
Yep.
Yep, we can do that. We can get our hands on that. That'd be good. All right, so other than minutes, I don't have anything else. If anybody else has anything else.
Got nothing.
I have no problem with the minutes.
I have no problem with the minutes.
First page, number 4. Second sentence off on deleting the association. It was dissolving
Okay,
the association.
yeah.
And then on the second page, under where we went into non-public,
Mhm.
there's nothing here that says what we came out and said about the non-public. I know we made a statement at the non-public. I'm not sure what it was.
I don't remember.
I can listen to this.
So Carrie went out the other day and she was taking the dogs for a walk.
What are we hearing?
And some-
So-
You understand, she was screaming it, after for long, you fucking pervert, like, it's just, I went, what?
Decided
There's Carrie's talking.
his own hand, figured it'd have to go
We
in.
can hear you guys. You're supposed to be muted. We're trying to mute you.
Well, that's why.
All right, so if we can just put that in there, I'd be fine. Motion to accept as amended.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Already appointed Steve. The other thing, so if we got nothing else, I'll accept the motion to adjourn. You didn't have anything, right? Okay. Okay, that's fine. All right, so I'll accept the motion to adjourn. George, you want a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you all. Good night.
What?
Oh, won't shut up.
All right.